Good morning. Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for May 11th, 2019.
Today we're talking State of Play.
A couple movie trailers dropped. We'll let you know which one's important.
Tetris 99 gets DLC.
And an EA Access is finally coming to the PlayStation.
Stay tuned. We have to test that first. Look, it's Tony.
It's good. We're good.
Hello, everybody.
Nothing's wrong. What's wrong?
Nothing's
wrong. How you doing?
Perfect.
How you guys doing?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Barrel Roll
We
Newscast.
talk about news about movies and games and everything else in
I'm
between.
just gonna say other nerd stuff.
Everything else in between.
Today's legit just movies and news.
Yes. So.
And my computer has an update if you didn't know.
Welcome to the. Well, Windows always has. I'm having an issue with that at work.
What? Your Windows always having an update?
Yeah.
Get IT in.
That's that's
Easier said than done.
That's not
Let's not go there.
Oh.
I have like 40 50 plus computers at work and they always have random updates.
Yeah.
And it's not
So
like
get IT in.
oh yeah, oh no, they're supposed to be automatically put anyways.
Nope.
It's not automatic. Nope. Anyways,
I'm Nick.
I'm Tony.
I'm Brian.
We're here to talk about some news. Let's do it.
Welcome to the shoe. Welcome to the big shoe.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's
okay,
do it.
So first on the chopping block, the
Yes.
PlayStation State of Play dropped.
Yes.
It's like a 13-minute show or something they did. They're doing the Nintendo Direct style thing.
They got smart.
Yep.
They got wise.
Everyone, yes, that's the good thing to do. And I think with them backing out of E3 now,
Yeah.
it's easier for them to disperse this information
Yes.
along the ways.
It's a nicer way of us getting it too, because one, we don't have those, because Microsoft just did the HoloLens thing where they went on stage and they showed it off.
Yeah.
I think
Like
HoloLens
HoloLens 2 is they were all excited,
HoloLens makes a little bit of sense because it's like a physical
but it
thing.
screwed up
Oh, did it?
because it was a stage show.
I don't remember
So like
watching it.
half of the E3 shows where they're like, "Watch me waggle my control, it'll."
It'll.
Oh no!
Oh, remember when Nintendo did that with
Right.
Zelda?
Right.
And
Ah,
Wii Sports?
I'm running with my stuff. Look at my sword in the air. Oh
I-
no!
I had to laugh. I remember when the iPhone 4 came out and Steve Jobs was on stage. Was like, everyone get off Wi-Fi. He was like visibly angry because he couldn't do the stuff on the phone. And everyone's like, he's like, get off Wi-Fi or else we're not gonna have a stage show. And he like paused for like a good 30 seconds.
You think Apple would have come in with their own something?
Or had a private network.
But that's what
Yeah.
I mean. Like, come in with a private network that they could have been like, "This is our Wi-Fi for the day.
Yes.
You
Right.
can have the others. This one's ours."
Yes. The password's more than 1, 2, 3, 4.
Steve Jobs.
Now I have to go
is great.
change my password. Man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
so
State
this
of
is
Play-
a good way to do it because we get to see the game.
Yeah.
As
See the
it's
games.
meant to be seen.
Yeah, you can prepare for it earlier.
Yeah.
So notable stuff. We've got a new hardware coming out. The
Yep.
new State of Play edition. If you don't already have a PlayStation
Steel,
4.
yeah,
Steel blue.
it's a nice steel color.
It looks nice if you have it on PlayStation. Definitely look into getting it. Or maybe wait because who knows how long the PS4's got left.
Everything, it's funny
Who
online.
knows?
Like everything online is very much the
Who knows?
like, get it now because there's so many good games and all
Yeah.
of this stuff. Like now's a good
It
time
is.
to get a PS4, and it's like even
Like,
if PS5 is right around the corner,
even
it's
even
still a
Days
good
Gone
time.
looks really really good. I hem and haw about that all the time. So they showed off that. They got a new Predator game in no particular order.
Yeah.
A new Predator game
for
that
the
looks,
people that make Friday the 13th.
Yep.
which is cautiously optimistic, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I liked Friday the 13th.
I only hope they sign the contract properly this time.
That
Exactly.
wasn't them.
Oh,
I
was
realize that, but I'm sure they've learned from that. And
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they
They-
still ran into a hiccup.
and putting like little like asterisk is like, if Fox ever loses the license for Predator, we can still do it.
Possibly, because the whole Friday the 13th thing was one of the guys who was one of the many original writers or whatever is suing anything involved with Friday the 13th. So it takes everything down: the movies, the games, anything that they were doing,
I'm
merchandising.
Sure, like I said, if they weren't ready for that, then they wouldn't have done this.
Well, and you wouldn't think they were like, no one's ready for that.
And now they are.
Yeah.
Now they are.
Now they've learned. Well, hopefully, anyways. And it's kind of funny because Disney's kind of putting us out, right? Because now they own Fox, does Disney not own the digital game side of Fox? I don't even know.
They would own that part.
Do they own that now?
They would have to own that part.
So thanks Disney.
Otherwise, they would have sold it like they did the sports networks.
Yeah.
Because I forgot who bought those.
Thanks Disney.
Yeah.
For putting on a Predator game.
Well, and no one's going to sue them over this kind of thing now. This is my original property. And Disney's going to be like, that's nice.
Money.
We paid all this money for it. So if
Billions
you want
of
to,
dollars.
Bring it. Because here's our 18 lawyers that we're going to put on this case.
Yeah.
Here's our Avengers money.
Right.
You can't fight this.
Here's our Endgame money. What?
So that was that. Medieval has a date now. If you ever played Medieval, I never played
Medieval.
Never played it.
I know the character.
I don't
very
even,
much so.
I don't even know. I don't even know his name.
I don't know his name.
Jock. Maybe.
Jack. I don't know. Either way.
Jack Skellington.
Very much. He does. He has that look to him.
He's got the knight, almost the headless knight kind of look to him.
Yeah.
I know that game is very well revered.
Yeah.
But you know what? Other game I played at the same time was Soul Reaver. So let's bring back Soul Reaver instead. Soul Reaver is awesome. So there's that. A few other little indie games here and there, which is awesome, which is good to hear. But then they ended with a showstopper. They finally showed Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yep.
It's an actual game.
Sure it is.
It's no longer a action or no longer a RPG. It is now basically a reskinned Final Fantasy 15.
This episode of it.
It's reskinned Final Fantasy 15.
It is.
They reskinned Final Fantasy 15 to look like 7.
It is still episodic though.
It is still episodic.
Episode 2 might look completely different.
And by a different developer.
And by a different developer. And by it'll be cell shaded.
Just give it to Konami. They'll make it into a pachinko machine.
That's what episode 3 is gonna be.
Spoilers. That's what the Knights of the Round Table summon is. It's just a giant.
Ting 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 ting.
Womp womp. You want to fight the ruby weapon? Oh yeah, you'll have to get more. Yeah, it's like a chain puzzle game.
I get my Tomberry King. Random luck.
You'll.
No,
it's one of those like match 3 crystal games. To beat the Omega Ruby, you're gonna have to match more red crystals together. You're gonna have to do better than that to beat the
You have to
Ruby.
score at least 1 million. You only scored 100,000. Well, screw you, game. I'm not good at Candy Crush. That's why I play Final Fantasy.
I've played that game. The Ruby or not Ruby, the Emerald weapon. You got to beat within 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta do that while blindfolded.
Gotta do that blindfolded.
So yeah, Final Fantasy VII Remake is.
We're gonna hear more in June.
Which I think is dumb. It's been like 3 years. It's not hard to retell that story. It's not hard. At this point, I'm just like, give me Last of Us 2 and let's just close out the PlayStation 4. Just give us Last of Us 2 and close out the PlayStation 4. That's all I'm waiting for basically now.
Yeah.
Maybe a Spider-Man follow-up. But
I don't know. I really don't know. Like that's where I just sit there kind of shaking my head going,
there's so many right things that could have gone with this if they like acted on it sooner.
Well, and all you have to do for Final Fantasy VII is legit just make the sprites look better and
keep it as a turn-based RPG that everyone knows and loves.
Right, like
update that. Don't
update the pretties. Make the menus so that they actually look like menus.
Add a few more like tweaks in here and there.
Sure.
But still keep it a turn-based RPG.
Throw me in a side quest or something that's brand new, only for the new game.
Yep. Like it literally could have printed money, and that you're still sitting. We still don't know when this game's coming out.
Improve that tower defense game that they tried to create partway through that.
They make the snowboarding scene much better.
But that's what I mean. Like there's parts that you can improve. The turn-based fighting system was good for 9 games.
Yeah.
More than that. Like
did it make it to 10?
Yes, it was.
Was it in 10?
It was in 10. I think 12 dropped it.
Yeah.
11 obviously dropped it.
Yeah, 13 didn't have it.
Yeah. So yeah, it went all the way up to 10, almost 10.
Because 13 you couldn't control anybody else on the field.
Do we count
No.
2?
Sure, we can. Well, yeah, because it's
So yeah,
it's a
10,
game.
it went up to 10 too.
So 11 games it did it for. Like,
I like the turn.
and more than just Final Fantasy, like
Oh, sure.
Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross,
Yeah.
Dragon, Legends of Mana, like
sure,
all those.
so many games. But that's my thing.
But
Is it's
don't
just-
reskin it. Don't reskin Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah,
That's basically what it looks like.
and yeah, and if they just want to make the combat look prettier, again, that's fine.
Sure. Make it have what do you call it, like action buttons in the middle of the RPG scene,
Sure.
where it's like, press X or mash X to do more damage with Omni Slash or something like that, or time.
Well, they did that I love that in Final Fantasy VIII because he had
Yeah.
the gunblade.
Yeah.
So if you hit the trigger
you did more damage.
as he was swinging through, you did more damage
more
because he pulled the
damage.
trigger.
That
Yeah.
bothered me that he was the only one that had that like special effect. And none of the other players and none of the other characters in Final Fantasy VIII had.
that
You
game
could do it.
mechanic.
You could still hit the trigger.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It just made no sense because like Zell or whatever his name would punch, so you had to catch it on
Didn't
the second
Quistis
punch.
have like a whip or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if you
it's
hit
like-
it at the right point, it
she
would make the
whip-
bang effect. But you're like, does her whip have a gun at the end? I'm
She
confused.
put gunpowder at it.
She put- yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gunpowder in the
Zell just
fist.
did yeah,
Gunpowder
on
in
the
the
knuckles.
fist,
Did
yeah.
You can just ignite it.
And then you just look at it going, oh, it's a Final Fantasy game. Anime does that. It's fine. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
But
that
yeah,
kind of
Final
jazz.
Fantasy VII Remake is still coming
Yes.
for this current generation.
Yes.
I'm calling it right now. It's going to be another Final Fantasy 15, 13 scenario.
It's going to be another, what's that?
Versus
stupid
13.
game, The Last Guardian.
No. Final Fantasy, yeah, Last Guardian, and more so Final Fantasy versus 13, because when they started expanding 13 out,
Oh, yeah.
they were going to do a versus 13 for the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
And then that got retooled into 15 for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox.
Yeah.
That's
And then we got 13.2 and 13.3
still on PlayStation.
Yeah.
to make a weird trilogy of games that
I
didn't
hear
have to
those
be a
actually
trilogy.
not half bad.
They're not, but I don't understand why they had to. Well, 13 was bad just because it took like,
Eons.
20 hours to get through the prologue.
Yes.
And
It was,
then,
and
like,
it was
tutorial.
basically an exercise of up and X.
Yes.
Yes, up and X.
Well, because
or up and
they're
A.
like, oh, we're gonna make it easier so you don't have to control your side characters. Just make sure like you can set them to do certain things. So
Yeah.
like
up and X.
this guy will heal and this guy will like defend and da da
And
da.
so
da,
everyone's
da,
like,
da, da.
that's Final Fantasy 12.
But
That's Final Fantasy.
but it's like
12.
they'll control themselves. You just have to control lightning, and it's like, but I like knowing what
Oh, yeah.
all of my guys are doing. I don't like buying potions and knowing that Dum Dum's going to use them when I only have to hit that guy one more time for him to die.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Persona, the Persona series, especially 3, 4, and 5. They, when you first start those games and your party members join you,
Yeah.
they start in auto mode, but they give you the option to manually adjust. Like you can
Yeah.
do each character individually.
Yeah.
So
I've always liked that about RPGs because when
yeah,
all
like,
of a sudden
some people like that, and that's fine.
whenever
But
my
if you give me
computer
the
characters
option-
start using items, someone's got to die.
right?
Because I collect those things and don't use them forever. I'm that guy that's like, oh, I might need this
We're
potion
all,
later.
we're all that guy.
But that's what I mean. Like you sit there on it, and and once you've played the game once, you're like, oh, I had 800 potions left at the end of the game. I should maybe use those during my next
Elixir, I can
playthrough.
I can restore my MP anytime I wanted
Want
to.
to? Yeah. Man, that would have made the game so much easier instead of like hacking my way
It's
through.
a manual hard mode.
Yeah. And we all put ourselves through because you're sitting there going, I'm waiting for that next big thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
This is just a random like thug. I don't need to
Yeah,
use
you don't
something
need
on
to use
him.
this right here.
I'm gonna wait for the boss. Then I'm gonna use all my potions. And then
ProZD's got a really good clip for that. A really good short.
but that's my thing
Video.
is like I don't it pisses me off as soon as the guy next to me is like, here, I have a potion and
And
I'm
guess
like,
what? Guess
"No!"
what? That's gonna happen in Final Fantasy VII Remake because you don't get to control the other two party members.
Yeah, it's gonna piss me off so hard.
Well, I mean,
So
assuming you're gonna play it, I don't think I'm gonna play it at this point. I have no interest in it,
At this point, yeah, unless they legit come out and go, okay, we
It's-
screwed up
and we're gonna put it all together.
yeah, here's the game, and it's
Just
not an
go.
episode. We just printed up
Like-
7. Like if
It's still not. I think they've. I think they commit to the action RPG thing that they've done.
I think so.
They have to at this point because
Yeah.
like they put too much resources into it.
People are pissed off at Barrett's voice already.
I'm not even. I mean, I don't even know how I feel about it. I've waited so long for this thing, and when it announced, 3+ years ago, it
Yeah.
almost feels like it was it. Like that's it. Come on, next year, do it. Let's get
Yeah,
this shit
pretty
done.
it up and give
Let's
me
get this
give me a
shit done.
Give you a game.
Let's get this shit done.
Yeah.
But no, it's Final Fantasy 15.
But looks like it's
7.
yeah,
It's a
7
reskinned Final Fantasy 15 mod.
and
It's a Final Fantasy 15 mod. It took them 3 years to make a Final Fantasy 15 mod.
Well, and that's the piece that I just sit there shaking my head at because I go, and again, you could do so many cool things where in Final Fantasy VII, like, he hears a voice. You know, have him actually have a vision or see something, or, like, you know, you can play around with the visuals so much more on the PS4.
Anything.
But that's the pieces. Like, the storytelling element could be so much better.
Mm-hmm. But no.
So instead of focusing on retooling, combat and this and that, it's like, make it pretty and add the prettiness to the story.
Add voice acting.
Add the voice acting, and we're done. Like, so I
Add-
don't need
add
the
the-
dialogue anymore that's... Barrett just tells me. You know, Tifa, she just tells me, like, done. Like, those pieces, add the quality of life pieces, leave the combat alone.
Apparently, they didn't get that memo. And said
don't.
it's because Final Fantasy 15 did so bloody well for them.
So they want to
but
redo that.
It's
Still.
The investors are like, or the stockholders are like, just do that,
Take me back to, like...
Nope. I've been waiting for a third Chrono game for eons, and
You're never gonna get it.
You're never gonna get that.
At this point, I don't want it.
No, you don't.
If that's what's coming
true.
out of remakes and like revivals of our childhood, I don't want it. At this point, I don't want a third Chrono game.
I'm trying to think. Because as long as it wasn't a remake of Chrono...
At this point, you need to do a third Chrono game.
But, like, as long as but it doesn't necessarily have to be RPG. Like, that's the piece where remaking 7, it's like, just remake the damn game.
Well, especially when you put the title remake behind
Right.
it.
Exactly.
There's an
If they
expectation.
legitimately
There's
had
an
just
expectation. Like, look at Resident Evil 2.
Right.
Resident Evil 2 did
Just
the
called
right
it Resident Evil 2.
2, but it was still a remake, and it was still the original game.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
They just updated it.
Yeah. But they didn't call it
They didn't turn into
remastered,
they didn't turn into an RPG. They didn't turn Resident Evil 2 into an RPG.
No,
Is basically what happened.
Yeah, but that's the piece is like if they made another Chrono game and they're like, we're making another Chrono game, but this time it is like in the vein of like Sicario or whatever. Like, you know, kind of challenging, kind of hard. It's all about the
Sekiro.
sword play, like
Yeah.
all of that jazz. But set in the world of Chrono Trigger. It'd
Yes,
be like,
if they present it that way.
if they
then
present it that way, you're like,
maybe
not what I was aiming for, but okay. At least you're already setting your mind in that direction. When they tell you Final
Exactly.
Fantasy VII's getting a remaster, you're like, sweet, they're
Sweet.
prettying it up, and I'm getting Final Fantasy
right,
VII again.
Right.
No.
If they say Chrono Trigger remake,
And they change it completely.
They said Chrono Trigger remake, and all of a sudden it's like a light gun shooter.
that'd be fun. You play as Robo the entire game.
But you don't control any of the other
No,
characters.
it's just Robo.
It's just Robo.
Bang, 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 bang.
It's a VR game.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, that would piss a person off. But if they were to just have said, like, oh, we're making another Final Fantasy VII story-esque type game.
But I think also the hype around a new Final Fantasy VII remake was
Yeah.
so high that when they announced it at E3 that one year, it was like, okay, cool. Like,
Yep.
there was so much expectations even before it was announced.
I know, but again,
Anybody
wanted
and
was a
I'll
remake.
and I'll admit, like, not a lot of people are really into the Chrono series as much as I am.
I love the Chrono series. Well, the Chrono Trigger was good. I never got to play Chrono Cross.
Chrono Cross was so good. It was so unique and so different. So, but yeah, Final Fantasy VII remake is still happening somewhere.
Something's happening with it. No one's happy about it though. So
I'm not pleased.
Yeah.
I'm words. And the sad thing is the new generation of video game players are gonna totally eat it up.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
That's the
about it.
thing, yeah.
we'll see.
Like, it's got there. How long has it been since Final Fantasy VII came out? Like 97, 98?
I don't know.
Like,
God, yeah.
like we're old now.
I know we're old.
Like, we bought that game in stores. Well, I mean, we had the option to buy it in
Yeah.
stores. That's
Yeah.
what I meant. Like, there are kids that have never heard of Final Fantasy VII before.
I had Final Fantasy VIII from a PC on 4 discs.
Solid.
The multi-disc gaming
Yeah.
era.
Change to disc 2. Get up out of my chair, walk across. This is why I don't like DVDs anymore for shows. You've watched 3 episodes, change discs. Ugh.
Yeah, that's half the reason why I don't watch My Firefly.
I have it on digital. I bought it digital because I'm just like, nope.
I think my Blu-ray's got it on 2 discs, and even that's like, I don't.
Oh man, 6 episodes. Yeah, I know. That's Chris let me Game of Thrones, and I made it through I think 2 seasons of Game of Thrones.
Oh, you did much better than I did.
And that was where
And I was digital. And I was on digital.
Where I'm sitting there going like, I'd get through this so much faster if all I had to do was play next episode. Like
HBO Now.
Or Crave has seasons, I think 1 through 6 in Canada. But either way, so yes, State of Play gives us some new games
Good
to
brief.
look at.
And especially with because a lot of companies and a lot of developers are getting ready for E3 coming up.
Yeah.
Was it like in June or something?
June. That's where we're gonna learn more about Final Fantasy VII. Because Square Enix will be there, so
they'll have their own direct style.
Yeah.
It won't be available this year. It's not coming.
no, there's no chance unless they release episode 1 and we never get episode 2. Like that's legit how this game is gonna go.
I don't even know. They just need to get in front of that episodic thing and just either clarify what is what and what's going on with it. Because there's been if you think about it, there's been no official statement about like if it's being episodic or not.
Something I just read said it was still going to be episodic.
Right, I read that too.
Yeah.
But like the average, again, if you take just a 15-year-old right now who's really enjoying Final Fantasy 15, for example.
They're not playing Final Fantasy 15.
I'm just saying. I'm
They're
just
playing
like,
Fortnite.
Yeah, they're playing Fortnite. So they're playing Fortnite, and they see the words Final Fantasy 7 Remake. They go, "Oh, my dad talked about that game. I should totally get that game." It's actually games. It's actually more than one game.
Yeah.
But it says Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Where's episode 1? It's more than one game. Like they need to get out and like clarify that.
Oh, for sure.
And like put it on the marketing material.
Yeah.
That it's like episode.
Well, we have
1.
no marketing material anyways, other than this brand new video we just
I
got.
know. We've had like 3.
Yeah.
3 shots of it, including the reveal trailer.
At this point, folks, get a Switch, buy Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Play it in handheld mode, and you'll feel like you're playing an almost brand. Like it feels like it's meant for a handheld device.
Yeah. It aged pretty well, surprisingly.
And like I say, the sprites are the most jarring piece because legitimately, like, I remember playing around with 3D graphics when I was in high school, and that was like, I remember Ross.
All the polygons.
It was like he had built a mech from Mech Warrior, and to make something curved, like I built a spaceship flying through asteroids with a little guy inside, and like I like my spaceships very like cylindrical and that kind of thing. Like mine aren't X-wings, mine are phallic-y, I guess is the best way of putting it. Like legitimately, if you look at them, yeah. But yeah, like I had all these curves, and it took like a week to render a 10-second scene.
Oh boy.
And you're sitting there going like, okay, and that is why Cloud has like giant square boxy shoulders.
Back in 1988.
And a cylindrical arm attached to a giant like cube and or circular hand.
Baird's gun looks like a square.
Yeah, just square. Like you're just
square with little lights coming out.
And then they get into combat and they look better. Like the models are there,
Yeah.
but they couldn't transpose them to the
that
map.
was just a technical limitation at the time.
Right.
They
So
obviously
that's the
figured
piece.
it out.
There's the game's there. Like that's where I watched this trailer and I'm like, why?
There was nothing wrong with the gameplay or the game mechanics. It was just
Right. It's the graphics that just needed an update. Because,
Oh, they updated the graphics.
they did. They looked gorgeous.
Yes,
but,
it looks very beautiful.
Yeah.
they changed the game completely almost.
Final Fantasy 15.
/7.
Final Fantasy
Slash.
15 mod.
Yeah.
So 22?
Yes.
I love that with some people that like the kids that I teach. It's like, well, just get this game, and I'm like, I'm not a huge fan. I forgot what game they were talking about. Ark Survival. That's what it was.
Oh, the dinosaur one.
Yeah, and they're like, get Ark Survival, and I'm like, we've looked at it, and I'm like, there's so many games already, like the survival games and all that jazz that we do. Like, we have our few that we play, and we're good.
We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one doesn't offer anything that we can't do in any of the other games.
Yeah.
Well, but if you had mods, and I'm like, that's such a pain.
I don't like mods.
Mods are hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to really, really enjoy it to mod it. But most of the time, I just take the stock version.
Yeah.
Like there are so many different TF2 mods.
Sure.
Out there when I was
Yeah.
playing TF2.
Yeah.
And I never installed really any of them. I think the last time I seriously modded any of my games was Counter-Strike Source.
Yep.
Counter-Strike Source.
I was gonna say WoW was the only game I had any kind of mods for, and it was legitimately just
that
to
era.
change
That
the
era
UI
of like WoW and
yeah. Well, because you can make your
Counter-Strike
UIs a little bit different and that kind of stuff, and that I understand because that's like when we play COD now.
yeah.
Like hardcore mode, I like because the HUD is gone. Like if we go back to a regular mode, and I have all that stuff on my
Seems too
screen.
busy.
I get really like panicky because then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, I can't see like this part of my screen, and there could be someone there trying to kill me. Like there's this bit of anxiety in my brain going like, there's stuff in my way.
I don't know. It's a little more there's a lot more anxiety in that mode anyways. It's like, I turned a corner, you died.
Because Nick shot you because you turned the corner too fast. No,
Oh,
Brian shoots you if you turn the corner
That's
too
in
fast.
the Microsoft community guidelines, by the way.
What?
It's don't team kill. It says don't team kill in the official guidelines. Oops.
Don't play with us.
Yep.
Oops.
We tried.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, state of play, good stuff.
Yep.
Ish. Good on them for again doing what they're doing because that's a good way of putting it out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Movies.
Let's stick to games
You
and
wanna
then
stick
we'll
to games
yeah,
first?
and then
Okay,
we'll
we'll
movies.
move to movies.
So
So Tetris 99,
This is
Fairly-
the champion right here.
very fairly popular, a retired champion.
Retired champion.
Entire champion. Someone on Reddit had said something. They're like, after like more than 2 days worth of gameplay time, like over 48 hours on Tetris 99, and like 600 and some games, they're like, I finally got my first win, and I'm like, oh, thank God it didn't take me that long.
Yeah.
I'd still be playing that game. Either way.
they are introducing DLC, slash
Yeah.
downgrading the game slash downgrading the game to include offline modes, an offline mode.
Yes. So there's
And
an
marathon.
online marathon and practice mode,
Yeah.
essentially.
So they're essentially they are downgrading the game.
Yeah.
From they're doing the opposite of what first person shooters do.
Yeah. They're taking the multiplayer out and adding single player. So for $10,
Yes.
you can get single
single
player.
player.
So,
So
you
they're
still
making
play
a-
against 99 bots.
Yeah.
Or 98
Yeah.
bots, sorry.
Yeah.
But you can set their difficulty and
I imagine you
I
could.
imagine you
Yeah.
could.
I don't know. I don't know.
Aggressiveness, I guess, is
Aggressiveness,
like, that's the
yeah.
big piece because
Yeah.
it's
You
not.
start the match, all the lines are on. It's like, oh.
Ah.
damn it.
That game really is though. Like when you see the lines hitting you, it is very important, and that's what I found in that game that I was playing is to like go back on the ones that are attacking you.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Because all of a sudden it scares them away, and you're like, okay, next one, and then like you
Yeah.
want to scare people off essentially.
Yeah.
It's less about beating other people because I know that does add to your multiplier,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more about surviving long
Surviving,
enough to.
You want to get those emblems to deal more damage, and
Yeah.
drop more blocks. and
Yeah.
things like that.
But you want to get into the top 50 before you're even thinking about like. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, I'm going to attack you. I'm going to attack you, and you can't be looking like, oh, this guy's about to die. Attack him. It's more just like I'm going to play massive
you gotta
defense.
be
and-
survive. Because someone
yeah.
else, if that's, you have to imagine if everyone was doing that,
Yeah.
then you're wasting blocks essentially.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So
Yeah. So it's an interesting strategy. That
But yeah,
game. But now you can practice.
you can turn. Yes, they've downgraded the game.
For $10, you can practice the game without
Practice Tetris?
embarrassing yourself in front of other people.
Practice in Tetris.
Yeah.
How did I?
See, and the funniest part is like, you're playing Tetris 99. There's no way you're watching the other
No,
98
you're playing
Even
Tetris.
even other ones. You're focused. You're hyper focused on yourself.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
you're probably in the last 20 or so.
Yeah.
You're still even when it was down to like what 3 people on that
Yeah.
match. I'm just because it gets so fast. You're just like, oh my god, 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 oh my god. Like flip that thing until it like, oh my god, and then like hope it lands in the right place. Oh my god, hope it lands in the right
You
place.
gotta get your T spins in. You
Yeah,
gotta
I
get
know.
your
I got my spins in. I
Yeah.
got my spins going. I got yep.
T-spins. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. You're doing all of that, so it's not like it's nice. The offline mode's nice because you can practice when you're not attached to Wi-Fi and you're on like you don't.
Yeah, I know. I was at
Yeah.
the Gamers Lodge the other day, and
Yeah.
some of my players were playing Tetris online. I was like, oh yeah, I guess you could totally do that with the Switch. They hit the hotspot up on their
Yeah.
phone, and then they just
And it's not like Tetris is gonna massively eat your data,
No,
it shouldn't.
right? So Tetris isn't a bad game, but now you can just play. Like if you're on the bus and you don't want to connect your hotspot, you can just play. And then marathon mode's always fun.
I love marathon.
Just go as long and hard as you can on.
I had to
Tetris.
last one of my flights that I was on. There was games that you can play.
Yep.
And you can actually compete on Tetris scores with other passengers.
Oh, on the plane.
Yeah, I think I got like top 5 in this marathon mode or whatever.
I still think it's amazing that they created this Tetris Battle Royale.
Yes.
Like, I think that is
Out
a
of nowhere.
genius idea out
Out
of
of
nowhere.
nowhere. So
Yeah.
and they're definitely like Nintendo's definitely looking at other things.
Yeah.
They can do.
Like, I think that was just a genius. Whoever decided to, like, hey, let's do this.
Well, because it is. It's just Tetris.
Yeah.
How do we make it more competitive?
Well, and
Exactly.
they've always been trying to like improve Tetris.
Yeah.
It's like we'll sell you this new Tetris game. It's $40,
Remember when
and you're like,
Remember
Eh,
Tetris
it's
Sphere?
Tetris.
yeah,
Tetris Sphere was
Oh,
wild.
yeah.
That game was
I forgot what Tetris game I bought, but it had like explosive Tetris and sticky Tetris and this Tetris and that Tetris, and you're like, thank you. I don't need this many Tetrises. I just need Tetris.
I just need Tetris and that.
You know, they
music.
all
that
those
music.
pieces have names, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Either way, that
Okay.
one's out. So yeah,
Moving on.
$10 gets you DLC.
Yeah.
And then the last bit, I have actual info.
So EA Access was a Microsoft exclusive feature from EA, but like a partnership, for the longest time.
Yes.
Ever since basically the Xbox 360.
Yes.
Where I think is like, I don't know what the nominal fee was, but you basically were able to get either games super early, like purchase them, or have good, like a demo of it, or 48 hours full on. You can play the game for 48 hours for free, that kind of stuff. But that's finally making its way to the PlayStation.
This July,
Soon.
you'll be able to subscribe to EA Access on the PS4.
Yeah.
No exact date.
The exclusivity deal.
For $5 a month
Yes.
or $30 a year
Yes. So about $40 a year then.
for us.
Yeah.
$40 real people dollars.
So if you're gonna get into
That's not
this,
bad.
legitimately just
I would do the year.
get into
it's
it.
actually not half bad, especially the amount of games EA still pushes out.
You get access to a vault of free EA titles, such as Titanfall 2, Star
Great-
Wars Battlefront
great
2,
freaking games.
FIFA 18, so all their sports games end up on there,
Yep.
Yeah.
as long as you're good with playing.
I'd play sports
last
games with
year's
you guys.
game.
Last year's, yeah.
But I'm sitting there going, I'm already playing NHL 18.
Yeah.
Like, you mean I can upgrade to 2019 and play other games? Okay.
I'll play those games if that's what it takes for
Yeah.
me. Which sport are we playing? Yes.
Yes.
As well as their respective expansions and in-game purchases. So you get 10% off digital EA games
Okay.
on top of it. So if you're going to end up buying the brand new, if you're going to buy Anthem, for instance, you're going to get 10% off Anthem.
So is Xbox, Microsoft losing that contract deal?
Yes. So
Yeah.
they're still doing it.
Oh, they're still doing
Oh yeah,
it.
it's
Okay.
it was an exclusivity piece, I believe.
Okay.
So that's going to be exciting because there are games in there that are not great, but you don't want to buy them. I can definitely see Anthem dropping into that list pretty soon,
Right.
if nothing happens to it.
So they haven't really announced games yet, like what's going to be on there for the PlayStation, because obviously it can
Oh, yeah, there's-
vary.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the Xbox stuff, they have Xbox 360 games on there, so you can
Yes.
actually play some of the backwards compatible stuff.
Yeah.
Biggest thing would probably be like we'd get the Mass Effect titles, Mass Effect Andromeda,
Yeah.
because it's old enough. The Dragon Age games, like we'd get all of that
we
Bioware stuff.
We might have Dragon Age 4 before, like, you get to play it.
You might be able to give it a trial before you actually, so I think you
Yeah.
get a 2-day trial or something, and then you
That's
can
a full
buy
game
the
kinda
game.
thing,
Yeah. So yeah, like it's interesting to see where this could go, and that price point. Like I was even looking at PlayStation
Even
now.
$5,
the other day.
even $5 a month, not bad.
It's not too bad.
No.
Like I was
It's
looking at
not actually
PlayStation Now, and I was looking at the titles in there, and I'm like, there's nothing in here that
Yeah, I
I'm
don't-
crazy
yeah.
about.
See, my big thing is if I can, as long as I can download it, that's not too bad. And I know some of the games you can't download
Yeah,
on
some of them
PlayStation
you
now.
can stream.
Oh.
Specifically Red Dead Redemption. Like
Yeah.
I really want to play that game, but you can't download
You
it yet.
stream only.
You still need to stream it,
Yeah.
which kind of a bummer for that game because you want to have that on your local hard drive.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of stuff happening in that.
well, that's where I was just like, I'm cool with streaming the stuff, but yeah, I was just kind of looking, and yeah, Red Dead Redemption was on there, and if I really want to play Red Dead, I can find my Xbox and plug it in. So
It's a lot of work.
That's a lot.
finding my Xbox, yeah.
And making sure it works still, and making sure it's not red ringed.
I just have to find it. That's the piece. Like,
It might have red ringed.
who knows? We'll never. We have to find it first.
No.
It's not here.
I can-
Either way,
Can confirm, not here.
it's somewhere in this house. But either way, like I looked at that and I'm like, okay, because that's $100 a year, I think,
I guess,
if you do the annual.
Yeah, it's 99.
$99 a year.
And
So
they have
this
been,
for $30 a year. I'm like, there's more EA titles.
but
as much
there's a
people
lot
harsh
of
on
titles
EA.
on the PlayStation now, though.
There are, but I was going through
because it
them.
goes all the way back from PS4 all the way to PS2.
I know, and I was looking, and there's like
So-
the PS2 games I'm not really gonna jump into.
Right.
And most of the other
And it really
games,
depends on the hardware, the library is for the EA's.
and that's the
PlayStation
piece
side,
is
so.
like if they release it and there's
Yeah.
2 games for it, it's like,
Well.
oh, but if the sports titles are on there, I'm already saving money
Yeah.
by paying $30 a year instead of $60.
As long as you're okay with playing the last year's.
And I bought 2018 when I got my PlayStation because 2019 was out, and they're like, you can get 2018 for what, $30, $20?
Yeah.
Okay.
What sports? That's what I would be doing.
Well, and then we bought football. Like, football hard.
Football a lot harder than it used to be.
Football hard. Like, legitimately, a football game used to be press button to hike ball,
Yeah.
and
Pass.
then
You hit
press
the
button to pass
pass
ball.
it to the person, right?
Like, you saw the number, or
Yeah,
the
the
key
key,
on top.
yeah.
Yeah. Hit button, and then, like, the guy would catch it.
Try
or,
to catch it.
Or, you know, you get the dice roll.
Yeah.
The, you know,
RNG.
the RNG, and it would... incomplete pass. And
Or
you're
like
okay,
the
we'll
team
try that
like
again.
tackled them or something.
Or the other guy blocks it or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
happens. This time, it's like pass the ball. Now you're going to take control of the receiver. So you have to make sure you're still running in the straight line
Yeah.
to catch the ball. Then there's
you gotta
four
hit-
different options as to how you're going
How
to
you're gonna
catch the
catch
ball
it.
aggressively, gracefully, like
It would always
defensively.
It would always be aggressive for me.
But aggressively, you might miss the ball.
Yeah. It becomes almost like a rock, paper, scissors thing.
I don't like rock paper scissors.
But that's the pieces, like...
So wait, you're doing rock paper scissors within rock paper scissors.
So there's the random number generator already as to like wind effects and all of that stuff from the ball flying through the air. Then there's the defense that's on
coming to
you,
you, yeah.
and you're having to decide whether you're going to like grab the ball, curl up into a ball, and like land, so that you definitely make the catch, or are you aggressively gonna like push them out of the way and try and grab the ball so you can keep running, or are you in a good enough position where you can just kind of like, you know, hold your hands out and the ball will fall gracefully into your
But
arms.
it's already
and you
a
just
rock
keep
paper
running.
scissors between like which receiver to throw to,
Oh sure.
and then it's how you want to receive. So no,
It's a mental dice roll by you to look at defense, and that part I'm cool with because that's football.
That's football.
Is you as the quarterback have to go, this guy's open, this guy's not, this guy, like, you know, I'm screwed if I pass this way, I'm not if I pass this way, I'm going to pass this way. And if I get tackled because I'm taking too long, that's football.
That's football.
But if I'm passing to the guy that's open, I shouldn't then have to sit there and press like 8 keys to have him catch the ball.
football's fun.
One for each finger.
One for each finger.
That's why we need VR football.
Oh, God.
That'd be nuts.
That would hurt.
I would tackle you.
I would run into the TV.
Yeah.
No, it just reminds me of that video of the dog that's sleeping. And then he starts to like
Starts
running,
running.
and then wakes up and runs into the wall.
I'm done gaming when those running pads become a thing.
You're done gaming?
I'm done. I cannot do that.
That'll be real life. That'll be the next Fortnite. That's the next.
I can't. Like, I've seen people in those things, and you just go, you look like an idiot. Like,
But it must be amazing though.
I don't know. I don't know. I
It'd be
couldn't.
thouldn't
I
of
couldn't.
dollars.
I
I
couldn't
would
sit
try-
there waddling
I
my
would-
way through.
I would try it. Just
I would
for the
try
sake,
it.
Just
I
for the
would
sake
try
of
it.
trying.
I'd try it. I'm not putting that in my house.
Well, it'd be thousands of dollars. Like that setup is.
But I'm
like,
not putting that in my house.
You get your exercise in.
Again, not why I play video games.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go VR.
Pokemon Go is an exercise program with a hidden game inside.
It's a game.
It's like Run Zombie or whatever.
Yeah.
Zombie
yeah,
Run.
Yeah.
I haven't played that
You're
one.
getting chased. Run! Oh no!
Oh, no!
Then you look like a crazy person out on the street. You're just weeping.
Zombies! Everyone like looks behind you.
So either way, yeah, excited
Yeah,
to see what games are coming
EA
to this
Access.
thing.
Yeah.
The price point's nice.
Yes.
So we'll have to wait and see where that goes.
Apom. Shiny Apom. Nope.
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 Disappointed.
Nope.
I expected nothing, but I was still disappointed.
All right, then we got some trailers.
So
Yes.
movies, trailers.
It,
Okay.
gosh.
chapter 2.
It,
Yes.
chapter 2. I'm really excited. I showed my wife the trailer, and I didn't tell her what the trailer was for. She's like, "All right, interested." Nope. Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
there's a
Nope.
definite
Nope.
no.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
the little things in the background that go.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think what got me was the she was peeking around the wall.
Yes.
That was my
Oh
favorite.
my gosh, that's like.
It's like it's just like
Just
a
a
little kid.
Oh my gosh. So good. So good.
September.
So
Exciting.
that scene as it plays out, and I was telling you before, like we got here. I liked the fact that we got a scene instead of the movie.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember what the marketing was like for the first movie. I don't remember watching a trailer.
Mostly Georgie. We got to see that opening
Yeah,
scene with
that.
Georgie.
Was that-
And we'll all float. We'll all float. Or
We all float.
you'll float
Oh,
too.
yeah,
You'll
in the
float
basement,
too.
in the
You'll float
basement.
too.
That's right,
Yeah.
that's
Oh
right.
yeah, and then we got him in the basement.
Yeah.
But we didn't get a lot of scenes, so like
No.
a lot of stuff was still a surprise. There was shock. There
Yes.
was
Just
that.
a
I feel
lot
like
of
that's
horror
this
that
one
was-
is.
But I think there's going to be an expectation of like, okay, cool. Like you watch the first movie.
Yeah.
All right, you know how crazy this is going to get.
Right.
We don't need to show you that.
No.
Yeah, so
We
that's
just
the
need to-
piece is like we're gonna show you the person that you maybe were a little bit apprehensive about because people really wanted Amy Adams in that role instead of Jessica Chastain or whatever her name is.
Jessica
Honestly, I
Chastain's
don't
still good.
care.
I didn't when they were casting. I'm sitting there going, "That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's a solid like." Because people are weirded out by Hater too at playing an
Oh,
Richie,
really?
and I'm like, "Are you kidding? He's gonna crush that."
Yeah.
He's
Like,
a good actor.
He's a
He
good
is,
actor.
He is built for that role, guys.
I'm excited to see James McAvoy. That's something.
He's gonna
Yeah.
do
He's
well.
gonna do
like,
great,
But
yeah.
everybody was a little apprehensive about Bev's character.
Do you think that's why they just chose?
So I think that's why they gave us that, because everybody yesterday on the internet was like, "Oh, she killed it. She's doing way better than I thought she." Like
Yeah.
the reception from that piece was perfect.
Yeah.
And we got a wicked scene with crazy old lady,
Crazy
like,
old lady.
you know, peeking her
Oh,
head
yeah.
around the corner.
Or she's
sort
like,
of thing.
everyone dies here. Doesn't really die. She's like, that like.
And then that pause.
That 20
That-
second,
so- or
like
she's
5 or
just
10
like-
second pause.
That
Yeah.
felt way longer than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sitting there going like, did it
Did it
freeze?
Yeah, I know.
Oh. And then she just starts talking again, and not like in a weird janky way. She legit just like,
Start
"Would you
talking-
like, you know,
Oh, I make
biscuit- yeah,
cookies. I make cookies.
And you're like,
yeah.
okay.
Wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
I'm already tilted a little bit.
Yeah, you're already like, okay.
gotta go, gotta go, gotta
I'm
go,
so
gotta go.
excited for this movie.
Yeah.
This movie looks.
And then even just the way she moves, everybody's like, it's kind of like the library scene in the first one where we have,
Yes.
you know, like that unnatural movement
Yes.
just throws you off off your edge even that much more. So
I'm really hoping that they don't really give him a huge budget either, just because I appreciate the lower
The
budget,
low budget, yeah.
the low budget feel of the last one.
I hope, like, if they had one big blockbuster scene that they wanted to film,
Sure.
that they didn't have the money for in the last one, and they were like, this time they're like, guys,
Basically-
we'd really like to have this happen.
Basically, I like the music box scene at the end, but a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but if they have that one scene that's in the book that they're like, we
Oh,
really
yes,
want to do
yes,
this
I know.
scene.
No drug scene, please.
Yeah,
With
there's
the actual like.
well, there was a weird dream sequence
Yeah,
scene
with
that
the
they
turtle and stuff.
couldn't afford and all of this
Yeah.
stuff. And I'm cool with them leaving it out. But if there's something in there that's a really cool scene that's gonna scare the pants off
And
of
I think,
everybody,
and I think off of the success of the first movie,
Yeah.
because what is it, New Line Cinemas?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yes.
like they're totally gonna be like,
yeah, oh yeah,
just do it,
Yeah.
do it, just do it. Like,
I'm so
But I
excited.
think I want them to be like modest about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
they're not just gonna like put CG effects.
Yeah,
every
but
yeah,
they
now
did
and
that
then.
make
with
it
they
cheap.
did that with Deadpool.
Yeah.
2 when they
Yeah.
did Deadpool 2, it's like let's keep the budget low because that helped the creativity go. But if we need that big bang
Yeah.
scene,
Yeah.
that's where we're gonna
Like they
throw
spent
money.
more money on basically still Colossus.
Colossus and then Juggernaut.
Colossus
Yeah,
and Juggernaut.
and Juggernaut.
Because all of a sudden it's like,
There's also
oh,
Ryan Reynolds.
but it's like we love Juggernaut, and it's like, okay, how do we do Juggernaut properly? Well, he's got to be CGI because he's
can't
bigger
use-
than Colossus.
yeah.
Like and it's like that's where our money's going, and it's like, cool.
Yeah. We spent so much on the budget, we didn't even have a voice actor. Ryan Reynolds is like,
I got this.
I do.
I got it.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I got this,
I
guys.
do. I do.
But that's that piece with it where it still feels like the last movie.
Yeah, it's a little bit under budget, but still, it's got
Yeah.
that creep
Yeah.
factor to it.
And then it's the rest of the trailer is pretty much just like
Oh,
this
little
is them
quick-
as kids, this is
This
them
is
older,
quick
this is them
shots,
as
yeah.
kids,
Quick,
this is them
Just
as
to
older.
establish the fact that this is like there's a time
There's
jump.
gonna
Yeah.
be time jumps, yeah.
like them in front of the place looking at the window and
And
then
they're
all on the
younger,
bikes and
yeah.
stuff. And you're
Yeah.
It's
like,
gonna be good.
it's like,
Ooh.
see, it's gonna play off really well. And then someone's like, I can't wait. I wish they'll do like an extended cut that's just like not an extended cut, but a director's isk type cut that's kind of like the book because the book does time jumps.
Mhm.
So you get different chapters. Someone's like, someone will do it as a fan edit. Like you'll
Yeah.
get that.
I'm waiting
cut.
for that to. I'm waiting for that to happen in Avengers Endgame.
Oh sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm waiting for someone to repiece all those old movies together with those new scenes.
With the Hulk runs by and then it just cuts over to
Yeah. Or like adding that one scene to Thor.
Yeah.
Like, Thor
talking to mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Adding-
Thor sitting there and all of a sudden his hammer just disappears.
I saw someone edit that GIF.
yeah.
Spoilers. Doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Whatever.
It's too late.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah. They've released the spoiler ban.
It
Go
is.
watch it.
The Russo brothers have they have half-hour videos online everywhere now
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about the movie. So
But yeah, someone edited the trailer or edited the scene from Thor: The Dark World where
Yeah.
he's jumping out of the balcony, grabbing the hammer, but it doesn't happen, so he just falls.
well, apparently IGN was saying one of their articles was one of the ideas was a Thor fight.
Oh, Thor.
So I guess Thor would have come with the hammer.
Neat. Good idea.
I like how they went with it anyways, but it would that would have been
I love Rocket's response to that. What is he doing? So sorry, it just takes a while.
Sometimes it takes a while.
Yes.
Yeah. Depends on where it is.
Sorry.
And then the other trailer we got, this is a spoiler-filled one for sure. So
Spider-Man
I guess
Far From Home.
Virtual Years Far From
The,
Home.
the irony of having Tom Holland going in front of the
He's
trailer.
not lost on it. He knows. He's
I know,
there. Yeah.
I know, but it's the irony behind that. It's just like, wow, it's like, you infamously known for this, and you're telling people,
And you're
that
warning
this-
people that.
He might have possibly already screwed up because they were on Jimmy Kimmel.
Already?
Yeah, the
He's
press
already
tour
messed
starts,
up.
man.
Oh,
So
man.
for Spider-Man, yeah.
yeah, but either way, they were on there, and they're like, there's a spoiler warning, and he's like, yeah, and I know, and I'm the one giving it. Like, come on now. And then it was a weird interview to watch because they're like, did you guys all see Endgame? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, some of you weren't in Endgame. And, like, Jake Gyllenhaal's sitting there going, well, no, because, like, I'm just getting into this. And Zendaya's like, I know.
Yeah.
Because she has no reason to be in any scene.
Yes.
And the guy who plays Ned?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, no, he's like, I watched it. And it's like, so did you, like, you guys all got emotional? He's like, I was laughing through most of it. And he was about to tell a story, I believe, about how Tom Holland had told him about, like, behind the scenes stuff of them filming Endgame.
Oh, yeah.
Of course they're real in real life.
But you just see Tom turn around going like, and you're just like,
wow, they're themselves outside of the movie.
yeah. But you're just sitting there going like, Tom almost lost his job.
Again.
But either way, they were talking, and they were like, the worst thing about Far From Home, we've seen the elementals.
Yeah.
As Jake Gyllenhaal continues to call them elemental beings.
Yeah, sure.
All of his interviews, Jake Gyllenhaal has gone through the rigorous training of MCU interviews.
Yes, the lawyers have talked to him.
He's had the briefings, and he keeps calling them elementals. He's like, there's these elemental beings, elemental beings, elemental
Blah, blah, blah,
beings.
blah. Yeah.
Tom Holland goes, worst stunt, we're up, we're doing this thing, and I have to be in this weird rig where I get hit with water, and I get shot back because I'm in this fight with Hydro Man. And everybody kind of just, like, let it go and didn't say anything. And then Jake Gyllenhaal's talking. He's like, yeah, like, because in the trailer it shows them buddying up. And he's like, yeah, the two of us team up to fight these elementals. And Jimmy Kimmel's like, well, he just called it. And he's like, they're elementals, Jimmy. They're elementals. And it's like... So in my head, I'm now thinking, because clearly them teaming up is a giant lie. Mysterio's lying through his teeth.
If you've read anything about the comics about Mysterio,
Lying through his teeth.
Yeah.
that's
Like,
why,
we all
that's why
know
this
that.
trailer
He's
is just
a
like
showman.
as a regular as a moviegoer, you're like, okay, all right,
okay.
multiverse, cool.
Multiverse,
There's a
yeah,
Mysterio
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He's got a fishbowl. I've watched the show, like the '90s show.
Yeah.
Comic book readers are like,
So my piece is now, if Holland actually screwed up and called him Hydro Man, then Mysterio's not only just creating the elementals as a thing, but he's hired other, like, lower class villains to be those elementals. So it ends up actually being we get Hydro Man in the movie, and it's not the elementals, but it's going to be like Magma and Hydro Man.
Does that mean we get Sandman too at some point?
I don't, like, that's my piece, is
Like-
that how this movie's going to pan out? Is we're going to get, like, 4 bad guys plus Mysterio?
Maybe.
Or
do you think...
Or Tom Holland just legitimately screwed up and doesn't know what to call water things.
Maybe he is British.
He's British,
so they use water in place of hydro all the time.
Hydro, yeah.
So
like,
they benefit of that, but again, it's
but that's my piece. Is I'm just sitting there
Tom.
like, Tom, did you just? And the way Jake had kept repeating elementals, and I'm just like, Tom screwed up.
They're not ready to talk about that yet.
But it's funny, yeah. Listening to any comic book podcast or reading anything, it's like Mysterio's clearly lying. So in this movie, if they do subvert us in a way where Mysterio's a good guy,
I'm gonna riot.
it's gonna be like,
It's gonna be so like
if they make Mysterio a good guy,
Unless
and we already know that Vulture's not in it, Scorpion's not in this movie.
and,
we know
unless
that
they're
about
in
it. So,
end tags and that kind of like
Like
they're not featured in this film.
no.
right. We're not developing Sinister Six stuff in this film.
No. Unless Mysterio legitimately is from
A
Another
multiverse.
multiverse.
But then I don't understand how that works. Because I don't think we're ready, like the MCU is ready for multiverse stuff yet.
They sort of gave it to us in Endgame.
Yeah, they touched on it, but like... But that's like, they're full on diving into it in Spider-Man. I would expect Doctor Strange to introduce something like that, or even Ant-Man.
I think giving it the shield factor of the humans explaining it is gonna help. Like, instead of Doctor Strange going all like, oh, and the mystic da-da-da, and timey wobbly doobly doobly, timey-wimey stuff, it's Nick Fury going, listen, when you guys jumped back in time to save our ass,
It created
weird
something.
things happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now there's portals to different timelines where things have happened differently, and we saw that, again, spoilers for Endgame, but at the end of Endgame, we saw one of those little things kind of pop back in.
Yeah.
In the form of Cap.
Yes. But yeah, I think Spider-Man's Far From Home's a little too early to do.
And that's the piece where it's nice if we introduce multiverses, but it ends up being like
just Mysterio just having this entire like cave like he's tricked Shield.
So
he's
that's
tricked
the piece
Fury and Maria Hill, the two people that you don't want to mess with.
And there's been so many comic book stories where Mysterio pretends to be the good guy.
Sure.
Exactly.
That's how he always starts. Is he wants to be the hero. He's taking advantage of
and he's creating
the
just
situation
these
and
theatrical
illusions and that, because everybody's like, he has Doctor Strange magic, and again everybody's going, so he gobbledygooked it up with tech. It's special effects.
It's Chitauri tech.
However it ends up being, like
it's Chitauri tech
or Kree tech or whatever it happens to be. But either way, he's like gobbledygooked his way up to doing things.
He watched Doctor Strange. He watched Thor.
Right. He's watched video of these guys doing stuff and gone like,
I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
How hard could that be? And then so it's just giant blindfold that the audience has to go in watching this movie, going like, we have to. Like, I'm not sure what to expect.
I know.
It's
like,
good.
I don't know what to expect. Like, is he supposed to be a good guy? Is he supposed to be a bad guy?
Dude,
as a comic book villain, he bad.
He bad.
Good, it's the MCU. Those trailers could be complete lies.
So my big hope here is they introduce multiverses, and it turns out to be kind of a sham, but then at the end of everything,
Doctor Strange comes in.
There's actually, like...
something.
So
that sets up for Phase 4.
It's the soft kind of push into there's other universes out there.
Right, because we saw that with Ant-Man and the Wasp with the Quantum Realm.
Right.
Yes.
Like, we're in that zone where all of a sudden, like, we can have two Captain Americas existing at the same time, sort of thing. One of them might not be the best Captain America because in his timeline,
Hydra
he
Cap.
was...
Hydra Cap.
Hydra Cap.
Real Hydra Cap.
Yeah, but that's the piece, is, like... I feel like this is a good movie to, like, push people into that realm of, like, okay, so he's from a different... Dimension timeline. Okay.
Because you're right. They were introducing that in Endgame a little bit.
We got
getting the audience ready for it, but I just feel like Spider-Man's too early. Too early to like dive into like.
So that's my hope, is that it's a big fat lie that turns out to be not a lie.
But I think I'm okay with that.
Yep.
It's a rope-a-dope.
Yes, it's very much the like Nick Fury's like, yeah, okay, multiverse is cool, like.
Okay, so you're a Beck from another universe. Cool. Yeah. Just not our Earth, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end of the movie, he's just like, mother...
That's how they end every Spider-Man movie, with someone almost dropping a swear word.
And this one is Nick Fury.
Yeah. Trailer, we also see him and MJ on a walk, and she's all like, you're Spider-Man? Like, duh.
That's not...
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
And let's be honest, if you were with Spider-Man in New York and then all of a sudden your class takes a trip to Europe,
yeah,
and then Spider-Man shows up again, the odds of it being
so it's really
what are the chances?
It's really funny because someone online goes like he's just giving away his identity, because at the beginning he tells like these cops that he's going on vacation, and they're like, yes, one guy who's yay high, you don't know his age, you don't know what he looks like, you don't know any of this stuff.
And how many people are going on vacation?
Exactly.
Right. You don't know if
people are in New York.
How many millions of people from New York are leaving the next day, sort of thing.
You don't know, if it's a school trip or if it's a family trip.
You have no idea.
Yeah,
and they're like, well, you can guess from his voice that he's what?
I don't know.
Like,
you don't know.
You don't know.
Because in real life, he ain't how old he is in the movie. So
exactly.
And the thing is, with Spider-Man, they always were confused. Like, that's a Spider-Man. It's a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When he's in the mask, he's like 19. What?
Right. But that's the thing is, like,
he's just
so
a kid.
people are like, he's giving himself away by saying he's going on vacation. Like,
and who knows? Maybe that line doesn't even make it in.
Sure. Like it could be a trailer line.
Yeah, it could be a trailer line.
Especially when he's wearing the mask.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like,
yeah.
Or it's like, I'm gonna be, I'm taking a break or whatever because I don't want to see Tony Stark anymore. Or I'm done with the hero life. So we don't know what that line is. Maybe he doesn't say it there. Maybe he says it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe he's telling those cops, I hate cleanup after.
Maybe he says it to Happy.
Sure, who
We don't
knows?
know. We don't know.
Yeah.
Happy's in this?
Happy is in this.
I'm happy about that.
I'm happy about Jon Favreau.
I love Jon Favreau.
I love Jon Favreau.
He's so good.
It's funny. I've watched all the red carpet stuff now and all that jazz, and seeing Jon Favreau there, and they're like, "You're like the kind of the
Godfather.
granddaddy or
You're
the
the godfather,
godfather of
yeah.
all of this stuff." Like, and he does. He's like, "These are my grandkids that are all scampering around, running around now."
I started this.
Because he does. Like, it's like Robert Downey Jr. is kind of his kid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the rest of them all kind of spawned off of that. But he's like, we didn't. And then Robert comes up, and they're like, we didn't really start this. They're like, this was gonna take off. Like the way that they were planning everything, this was gonna take off.
Yeah.
We were just lucky enough to be in the first car, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So humble.
Legitimately, these guys that
RDJ's been so humble about this. He could have taken this the true Tony Stark way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
the
remember
old school
RDJ.
Robert Downey Jr. way, yeah, of crashing cars and doing drugs and all of that.
All
jazz,
alcohol.
but, yeah, he's just been,
real monster in a bottle.
He's just been cool.
Or demon in a bottle,
Demon in a
yes.
bottle. Yeah, he's just been cool the whole way through. So, but yeah, so we get Far From Home, and
Spider-Man in
dealing
a couple
with
months.
the fallout of Endgame a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, very much so.
Well, and here's where I'm intrigued because they're going on a trip. It's clearly a tourist trip. So that's where I'm sitting there going, it has to take place
So my theory is that the first chunk of the movie takes place
right after.
Endgame, and then there's going to be another time jump, maybe like
Six
six
months.
months or something, 4 to 6 months or something like
Yeah.
that, and then like life has more or less picked up.
Because that's my piece is like, I can't see there being much tourism
right after.
right after
after-
half of the world
Yeah.
pops back up.
Yeah.
Because,
People need to settle down and get their life back in order.
well, that's the piece.
Yeah,
is like,
people in that trailer were way too happy.
right, like that was my piece. People are sitting there taking pictures of like,
The
of
buildings,
buildings and this and that
Like
and everything. and I'm like,
Flash is all like, I'm doing a selfie.
yeah, like no one's doing that.
after they come back.
No one's doing that 2 months after Endgame.
No.
Like people at 2 months after Endgame were going, okay, I finally got my job back, my credit card, this is back, my social
gotta find my
insurance
wife.
Yeah, my social insurance number's back on track. I found my wife. She's married to another guy. We're dealing with it. Like,
Yeah, like it's unless that's going to be a part of. I don't know. We don't.
and that's the piece is
Like there's going to be a chunk of that movie that's going to take
the
place
parts
right
in
after
Europe. People are way too happy. Like the
Yeah.
fact that there's tourism going on tells me
Yes.
that we're gonna get a little bit of a time jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a huge one, but enough of
Not
one
like 5
where-
years.
No, but enough of one where it's like, okay, the economy's starting to do its
Pick it
thing
up, pick
again.
it up. Yeah.
Clearly, governments
Yeah.
are back in some semblance of order for the most part. Like
Right.
first world countries, essentially.
I'm expecting
are,
to see because there's a line where Peter's picking up his passport.
Yeah.
I'm expecting that to be like a full on like he's waiting in line for so long because everyone's picking up their passport.
Everybody's
again.
picking up passports, identification.
It's just gonna be like a long like he's just like impatient. He's
Yeah.
I'm expecting that to happen.
Yeah, like it's because everybody has to get ID. Everybody has to do this. Everybody because that's the piece. Is like if you think about it, there's this giant gap, and then all of a sudden people reappear, and
Yeah.
and then you get people online. So you're telling me that all of his friends got snapped? What are the chances of that? And then you have the people who are statisticians going, well, pretty good because half of the Earth got popped. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
get clusters.
No.
Like you get clusters when it comes
Yes.
to statistics. It's not
Yes.
like all of a sudden the three of us are sitting there and it's a 50-50 shot.
No.
All of a sudden, like.
It's not like half of your body disappears. Like,
Right.
The whole thing goes.
It's like there's a 50-50 shot of you going or not going, yada, 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 yada. Like,
and who knows? We haven't seen half the class either.
so
don't
my
know.
thought process is I feel like because in the comics, Betty Brant
Yeah.
was older than Peter, and I think this is how they do it.
Ah.
Because she was in the she was on the video casts in the
Yeah.
in the hallways.
Yeah.
I feel like she'll be gone and working at something. Like she'll have moved on and be in
Alright.
college by the time, and that's how they kind of do some of those jumps.
Right.
If they're gonna introduce a Harry Osborn, this is the movie
This
to
is
do
the
it.
word-
This is a movie
Yeah.
to do.
He can be the guy that catches up to them because he
Yeah.
didn't get snapped, and so he has actually spent 5 years going through school, and now
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
the new kid sort of thing.
Mhm.
So that's there's a lot of cool, interesting stuff they can do with the timey-wimey
Yeah.
piece of it all. But yeah,
I'm excited for the fight.
like the people online who are like, all of them got snapped, and you're like, why are you complaining? Of course they did. They have to make a movie.
Yeah.
It's only really think about it. It's only like what, 5 people, right?
Right.
Peter, not Zendaya, MJ,
Yeah.
Flash,
Ned,
Ned,
random other guy that's gonna be with like
what's her name? Aunt May.
yeah. We don't even know about Aunt May. Aunt May could have spent 5 years.
I think she
I'm
got snapped.
I'm hoping she got snapped.
I'm betting she did. Like those guys, like we've only seen 5 major characters from Spider-Man's films.
Yeah.
Return.
Yeah.
We don't know if the teacher got snapped or not. I would love to see that happen. Or not snapped. I'd rather him not snap. Yeah, I would love to see it because
All the kids I lost.
Because if people have actually tracked that character,
Yeah.
he's in the Incredible Hulk.
Oh yeah.
He's in the scene in the Incredible Hulk where Bruce Banner goes and gets the data from the computer system.
yeah.
He's one of the students in that computer lab.
Oh, really?
It's him. Like he's one of the teacher assistants. So it's like, oh my god, he got a teaching job after after that whole fiasco.
Yeah, if you want to make the beginning of this movie pretty dark, Aunt May's had a really rough 5 years of
Maybe.
because like we know in Homecoming, obviously, you know,
The
she's
last
still
second.
reeling from like Uncle Benny type issues
Yeah.
because like Peter does say like I can't put her through something like that.
Right. And then
again.
she finds out that he's Spider-Man.
And then at the end finds out he's Spider-Man, and then all of a sudden, we're gonna say 2 months later, even
Sure.
something like that. All of a
Yeah.
sudden he's flying
Gone
up
to
in a
space.
spaceship,
Yeah.
and then gone for 5 years. Like
And you want to talk about
you want to see a soul-crushing beginning to a movie, and like people crying at the beginning is like
Aunt May.
him hugging Ned. I was thinking about it the other day. Him hugging Ned, I legitimately think should have been him hugging his aunt.
I can see that.
Like, you're gonna go home.
Yeah, does that scene
Yeah.
does that scene take place right after the end of Avengers Endgame, do you think?
I don't know.
Not too long after, but
So,
they got school going pretty quick though.
yeah, I was going to say cuz
Oh,
it looked like
enrolling all those students again. The
Yeah,
nightmare.
just go from on to or off to on. Off to on.
My class of 5 students is now.
It's now back to 30.
Yeah.
Aw. Thanks, Thanos.
That guy's on the subreddit. Thanos did it right.
Right.
Or had it right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanos did nothing wrong. Sorry.
But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm interested to see the beginning of this flick.
Yes.
I want to see what they do with Mysterio. Because I want to see where that
Well, I'm
M.
just-
Night
Yeah.
Shyamalan twist comes in.
If there is one and if there isn't one, I'm going to
Then
kill
that's
them.
the twist.
Then I'm going to kill them.
That's the M. Night Shyamalan twist, is there is no twist. That'd be the most M. Night Shyamalan-y twist in a long time.
We were expecting one, but there isn't.
There isn't. Dun, dun, dun.
Da, da, da.
We'll see.
Double twist.
It comes out on a Tuesday.
I know.
That's so weird. Freaking Americans.
It's a long weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Is
a long
it?
weekends for America.
Oh.
It was supposed to be out on the 5th, on the Friday, but
Oh.
it's the April 4th long week, or July 4th.
July 4th.
July 4th
Yeah.
long weekend for them.
Yeah.
So Sony decided to put it out on the Tuesday. So great. You're going to shoot yourself in the foot for a weekend sale.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I mean, it's gonna
Or
be
they're
no,
just
it's gonna be
so-
no Avengers Endgame.
Or they're just gonna be so confident that it's still gonna do well.
It will
Sure.
do well.
Yeah.
It'll do fine, but it's not gonna be any Avengers Endgame.
No.
And Endgame is slowly creeping up on Avatar.
I'm worried still.
Avatar had, I was reading the numbers,
They
they
had-
had weeks and weeks, like they had
they
months
had-
and months and months.
yeah,
and
they
months
had
and
no
months and
movies.
months and months and months and months. But they had months and months and months and months to
Of
get
no-
to that number.
That 2 billion.
Right.
Yeah.
It took
Avengers
2
what?
weeks.
Yeah,
To do it, it took
1.6.
months.
to get to
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, but it took months
Yeah,
for
but
Avengers or
the pro-
Avatar to do.
The problem is now there's
I know, you got Detective Pikachu, John Wick.
Toy
Yeah.
Story 4.
I know.
Yeah, like there's tons of stuff.
People will still keep going.
I know, and I told
It doesn't take that much anymore to get past Avatar.
I did my part by watching Detective Pikachu, but not paying for it. So I'm okay.
Did you use points?
No, I'll tell you later.
Oh. Found it on the floor, did we?
Yeah, they did found it on the I used my detective skills and I watched the leaked video on YouTube.
Good for you. Oh, I watched that one.
I wish that one too. Yeah.
Best marketing.
I watched that longer than I should have.
I know.
no.
I told people at work, they're like, "You watched that for how long?"
Yes.
Yes.
It was cute as all heck.
They
was
animated
adorable.
it perfectly.
Oh, it was so great. It's so mesmerizing.
I love people like overlaying other songs over it now.
Well, I know.
Like Party
They did-
Rock Anthem. They
But
did.
there was
someone did Neon Genesis Evangeline.
It was perfect because you got the movie and I'm sitting there going,
I guess that's not wrong.
like seriously, like we did. We got part of the movie and I'm sitting there going,
You got about 10 seconds.
Okay. Well, we got the opening, like, or a setup at least, and then he like looks over, and all of a sudden
You
he's
get the
dancing.
music played.
Yeah.
I was showing my wife. She's like, we're about to watch it. You don't have to show me this. I'm like, trust me.
Yeah, and then I'm like, it's the exact perfect length to
It's
make
the
a
full-
GIF,
Yeah.
like of him dance, like doing his little moves.
Oh yeah, people have
Like-
gone to town with it.
But that's what I mean. Like, marketing did that perfectly.
Yeah,
They
the
knew exactly
marketing-
like if we make it this long, we can make GIFs.
Mm-hmm.
Done. People are gonna post all sorts of junk over top of this thing
Right.
Yeah.
because it just loops. So we're good. We've got this. We've got this, man.
got this.
Yeah,
People
like
will advertise
This is the
for us.
best marketing strategy for any movie.
Yeah.
Why pay people when you could just have the world do it for you?
Oh,
Exactly.
Totally. So, either way,
Good job, Detective Pikachu.
good job, Detective
Oh my
Pikachu.
gosh, that movie's gonna be awesome.
I hope it's gonna. It's so far from what I've heard, good things.
I'll let you know soon.
All right.
That's a good movie.
With that, then we can move on to the post-credit show.
We're talking about movies and games and things we've done in between
Yes.
now and last week.
Yes. So give us about 5 minutes to recombobulate things here.
We'll see you guys soon.
Bye, everybody.